Do you know the real truth behind prohibition?
I could probably guess, but go ahead, tell me.
Yeah, this is something that blew my mind, but it just makes sense to me. Prohibition wasn't about people, you know, we're going to stop this deadly chemical that's on the streets, and you know, because it's you know, so disruptive to everyone's health. It was the fact that people start to use it for fuel.
Okay.
You know, all the alcohol, it was this sustainable fuel that they were using in their lamps, they were using in their vehicles. And that was why prohibition came in, because they wiped that all out, because the got it on the brain, the petroleum companies were losing revenue. You know, and that's, you know, do you think the people at the top were like, we're not drinking either? They were all getting on it, but they were clearing out and making sure that was stamped out.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
And then also it's weird when you have these prohibitions, then all these people get involved that have their own interests in mind. So let's be honest, I mean, the bootleggers made a ton of money, and then someone has a crusade to crusade for, and then all these people come in who actually, it's better for them when there's a prohibition. People are comparing that to AI now, because AI comes up and they're like, oh no, we have to ban it, oh, we have to control it. And you got the bootleggers coming in saying, oh yeah, control that. Meanwhile, they're making money in the back, or they're drinking themselves. So you have to definitely analyze all of those things and find out what were the parties doing what. You know, but it's worth thinking about, and it's been so normalized in our culture. They say if alcohol was created as a drug right now, it would be Schedule 1 and banned in the world.
Carcinogenic.
And all the you know, more deaths come from alcohol than heroin and fentanyl and any of that stuff.
Well, I think no, absolutely, and it's I've known people that work in sort of you know, the Priory and places like that, and well, that's a bit of a posh one, but you know, and they say that the worst drug out of anything is alcohol. You know, heroin, cocaine, everything. The worst one is alcohol. Yeah,
and getting off it is hard as well. And then it's so normalized and social. And, but I mean, I love going out sober, and when you see people drunk, you realize how stupid you used to be. And I just can't even imagine ever going back, and I never will go back. I'm never going back.
No. And I used to at one point, I used to be a little bit embarrassed and, you know, or get myself a non-alcoholic one so no one asks questions. I won't even have an alcoholic looking one now, because I don't want people to think that I drink. I wear that like a badge of honor now.
Nice.
And I tell you what, one thing for me, the biggest thing for me, forget the alcohol, is the fact something had control of me. I was alcohol's bitch, I was money's bitch, I was pornography's bitch, I was drugs bitch, everything. You know, and if you're not in control of any of that, I'm not saying everyone's got to stop totally any kind of addiction, but you've got to be in the driving seat. And when you're not in the driving seat, you've got a problem. You've got a big problem. So for me, breaking the chain of being in control, putting myself in control, then allowed me to understand that I can do anything. And now I can, you know, some people like, I'm doing sugar at the moment, so I'm breaking sugar. So since the 6th of Jan, no sugar. So, but I know I can do it. And a lot of people are like, oh, I can't stop coffee, I can't stop, you know. First of all, you've got to have a purpose for doing stuff. You've got to assign purpose to the discomfort of doing stuff. Otherwise, you'll never do it. You've got to understand your why.
Peter Thiel took $500,000 and turned it into $1 billion using the exact same techniques we're using inside the investment club. He met a CEO, his name was Zuckerberg. He pitched him the deal and he said, okay, I'll give you $500,000. Mark went public and sold the shares to people like you. Well, what happened to Peter? Well, he exited and got a 2,300x return. The wealthy invest in early stage companies, folks. The public markets are for suckers. It's a rigged game. By the way, this happens in crypto as well. It's called pre-sale tokens. This is Solana. Does anybody know this chain? They sold pre-sale tokens for 4 cents. And you can see the date on there, April 5th, 2018. Look at Solana today, folks. That thing's up over 1,000x. The media and Wall Street and all these hype people get you to buy the top. Meanwhile, they put their clients in at the bottom and they use you for liquidity to make their clients rich. You can play this same game. You just have to have the financial education and the deal flow. That's it.
So as long as you can understand that, you can do it. And that pain is very short. People don't understand, but people aren't prepared to step into the short-term discomfort, generally, with everything. And that's the same with drink. You know, I've got people, I did the dry Jan thing in 2024 for a massive group, big group of people, and then we did a 10K race at the end of it. It was brilliant. And this year, I was blown away, Brian, because I had so many people, not hundreds, but quite a few people that would Instagram me that I hadn't heard from all year round saying, it's been a year. Wow. It's been a year since I did that Dry Jan campaign with you. And it's been incredible. And all I can see is like, my life has changed. I want to thank you so much. And that to me is the best paycheck in the world.
That's amazing. Yeah, when you have control of your life, and it's not that hard, it's super empowering. And you're like, what else can I do? What else can I do? What else can I do?
Yeah.
And people have the control. It's not as hard as you think it is. It seems like it would be. In the beginning it might be, and then all of a sudden you get on a new normal.
But anything, isn't it? If you've done something continuously for days and days and days, you know, it's all you know in the past. You know, you've got to imagine as well, like, if someone's, say, 40 years old, you've spent 40 years refining that habit, refining who you are, refining the program. And it's not going to happen overnight. Change is not going to happen, and we are not wired to embrace change. We're just not, for the reasons we've talked about. But if people could just, I think we've created a society that has been programmed to cry before they feel the pain. Do you know what I mean? So we're in this weakened society that they don't want to step into any discomfort. You know, I heard someone this morning, where did I hear it? I think it was at the airport. Someone was saying, or I was watching something on the plane, and this, it was in a church, and this guy was saying, it's humanity's purpose to suffer. And I started thinking about that, and I thought, because initially you go, shut up. But then I thought, in some respects, I believe that's true. Because to the nervous system, when it knows you're struggling, it knows you're pushing into some discomfort, it knows you're evolving, you're growing. You know, so I do feel there's a bit of truth in that, and I feel in the absence of that, this is where we have the issues. You know, and I really believe, you know, I used to demonize the comfort zone, and you've seen it on Instagram and everything else, you know, comfort zones, there's no growth. There's a purpose and a place for the comfort zone. There's a time when you can sit there, watch Netflix. There's a time when you can sit there, eat some crap food, this, that, and the other. But it's not for residents. You don't set camp up there. It's where you recuperate, you regenerate, and then you go again. Right. But people have set up camp there.
Right.
You know what I mean? And they won't step out of that. And, you know, it's certainly my mission since getting on that show and getting the exposure. I want to wake up as many people as possible to that, to their potential.
Hey, I know investing in crypto is scary. It takes a real leap of faith because there are so many scams, rug pulls, and bad actors out there. It's a dangerous business, which is why 95% of people lose all their money. Well, that's why I created the London Real Investment Club, so you can access the hottest deals on the planet and use the crypto bull market to create the generational wealth that you deserve. Join my team of over 100 people from around the world that are making millions of dollars behind the scenes investing in blockchain, AI, Web3 games, DeFi, Bitcoin, and more. Don't miss out. Click the link below to book a call with one of my team now. But hurry, this bull market will end soon.
I know investing in crypto can be scary. That's why you gotta join the investment club. Pull the trigger. Let's do this.